Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Random English Podcast. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a fascinating and, let's be honest, a bit controversial topic: celebrity scandals. We're going to explore a conversation from the popular podcast Your Mum's House about how some famous people seem to handle serious accusations. The video we're looking at focuses on two very well-known figures, comedian Russell Brand and the legendary Bill Cosby. The hosts of the podcast are discussing how these celebrities appeared to be unaffected by the serious crimes they were accused of. First, they talk about Russell Brand. The hosts find it surprising and a little unsettling that Brand was able to continue with his podcast as if nothing had happened. Despite facing multiple charges, they use strong words like lunatic and psychopath to describe this behavior, suggesting that a normal person would not be able to carry on.
A guy heckled me last night. I was talking about how Russell Brand, I go, if you want to see a true psychopath, like if you want to have the Richard truly, it's Russell Brand. And the premise of the bit, it's not really working, but the premise of the bit is he's got multiple charges and he's rich, but he still does his podcast. Like that's the sign of a lunatic.
Yeah. Because they can never stop you from doing that, no matter how psychotic you are. You can keep doing this.
You can do your podcast.
You can.
And I go, so I say that, and the guy, when I said the charges, some guy goes, whatever. And I go, oh, are you one of these passive guys when it comes to
Yeah.
And the guy goes, America! Oh. And I was like, all right, well, this is where we're
English.
at. It was a wild response.
So next, I'd like to share with you some vocabulary explanations. The comedian was talking about a few words that we're going to cover right now. The first word is heckler. A person who interrupts a performer with rude comments or insults. The next word I'd like to share with you is charges. Formal accusations that someone has committed a crime. The next word I'd like to share with you is lunatic. A person who behaves in a very strange or foolish way. Another word they use to describe the comedians in trouble is psychopath, a person suffering from a chronic mental disorder with abnormal or violent social behavior. So in this case, it wasn't necessarily violent social behavior, but it was abnormal behavior, things that should not be acceptable in society. The next one I'd like to share with you is called awkward pause. A silence in a conversation that feels uncomfortable or strange. The next one I'd like to share with you is persona, the aspect of someone's character that is presented to or perceived by others. Public personal persona is very different from his private life, meaning that comedians will look a certain way when they're performing on stage and in public places. But behind closed doors, maybe they're a little different in the case of Russell Brand and Bill Cosby. And the last one, delusion. A belief that is firmly maintained despite being contradicted by what is generally accepted as reality. Next, the conversation moves on to a clip featuring comedians Theo Vaughn and Cat Williams talking about Bill Cosby. Theo asks Cat if he ever met Cosby before all the problem stuff happened. There's a long awkward pause, and then Cat Williams questions Theo's choice of words. He points out that being accused of drugging and raping multiple people is more than just a problem.
Did you see the Theo Vaughn, Cat Williams, Bill Cosby clip?
No, I can't say that.
My friend sent it to me yesterday. I was laughing so hard. They're sitting there talking, and they're talking about Bill Cosby. Mm-hmm. And Theo's looking up at the monitor, and Cat's over here. And Theo goes, "Did you get to meet Cosby, man? You know, before all the problem stuff happened?" And it is the longest pause in fucking history. Cat Williams looks so high. It's so quiet for so long. Theo eventually like turns like, what's going on? Like, you're not speaking. And then Cat Williams just goes, is one of the problems the rent?
Is this it? Is this the clip?
Yeah.
Bill Cosby, you ever get to meet him or not? Before he had all the problems?
Problems.
Look how long this.
It's like problems.
Is being a racist one of the problems? Sorry.
My favorite is when Theo goes like this.
Problems.
Yeah, he's like, what did I do? Yeah.
He's still here.
Problems. You know, that's like a DUI is like a problem.
Yeah.
Drugging and raping multiple people.
No, like 50. Don't make it, yeah.
50.
Yeah, when they can fill an entire magazine cover with all the women, that's a guy that's, Jesus Christ.
Finally, the hosts of Your Mum's House repeatedly call Bill Cosby a psychopath too. They mention how he maintained his public persona, even walking into a court with his signature, "Hey, hey, hey." They also talk about how he was well liked in jail and taught classes, which they found very strange. The discussion ends with the idea that maybe his fame and wealth made him feel delusional, like he was above the law and wouldn't face consequences. It's a really interesting and thought-provoking clip. It makes you wonder how some people can seem so unaffected by things that would completely change the lives of others.
But it's what you just said.
I like that face. That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. They get off on the illegal. Well, you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, the rush.
Whatever you call it. Yeah, the rush of the evil.
Is
The
like
evil.
is that I got you here, I gave you a drink, and you passed out, and then I can twiddle and diddle and do some blah blah blah. Like, this is a true psychopath move. Is when he was on trial, he was walking to the courthouse, and there's cameras there, and as he's walking, he goes.
Yeah, he does the thing. Can you find that clip, Josh?
It is unbelievable, dude. And you're like, you're walking into a courthouse right now for a assault charge, and you're like, bah. And then he does.
Thing.
Oh, this is a different one, but this is all he does. Hey, hey, hey! On the way out of there,
I remember.
point, right? Because he's also, when this is happening, he's like 80. So he's had that facade for like 60 years.
Mm-hmm. There is no real self.
Yeah.
There's no integrated.
Is this it? Is this the clip? Watch, watch this. He's walking into court.
In his suburban Philadelphia home.
It's so crazy, dude. You're going into court for a really serious charge, and you're like, nah.
It's so fucking.
What do you think?
Okay, now it's over to you. You can answer these questions in the comments section below to practice your English and let us know your thoughts. Question number 1. The podcast hosts use the words lunatic and psychopath. Do you think these are fair descriptions of the behavior they were discussing? Why or why not? Remember to leave your answers in the comments section of this video. The second question, do you think a person's celebrity status or wealth can make them feel like they are above the law? Let us know in the comments section. Alright, before we wrap up today's episode, I want to give a huge shout out to the incredible podcast that inspired our discussion today, Your Mum's House, also part of YMH Studios. If you enjoyed diving into these kinds of conversations and want to hear more unfiltered, hilarious, and sometimes thought-provoking discussions, you absolutely have to check out their official YouTube channel. Tom Segura and Christina P. are incredibly entertaining and they cover a massive range of topics. You can find them by searching for YMH Studios on YouTube. You can also look at the link in the description, which we will post when we upload this video. So head over to YMH Studios YouTube channel right now and hit that subscribe button. You won't regret it. It's a fantastic way to support original content and get more of the kind of engaging discussions we touched on today. And before we completely sign off, I also want to give a special shout out to the very funny comedian who was a guest on that Your Mum's House episode that discussed the conversations. His name is Joe DeRosa. Joe is a brilliant stand-up comedian, actor, and writer. And if you enjoyed his insights and humor on YMH, you're definitely going to want to check out his own work. He's got some fantastic content, and I do believe a new special if you want to watch his stand-up, watching him telling jokes on stage. You can find him easily on YouTube. You can see it on the screen right now, and we will also add links into the description when we upload this video. So for more great comedy, head over to Joe DeRosa on his YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button and enjoy. Thanks again for listening to the Random English Podcast. Let us know your thoughts and feedback in the comments section. And if you really want to help me out, hit that like button and subscribe.